Beneath the scenic landscapes of Park City, Utah, a sinister plot was unfolding, casting a long, chilling shadow over the community. The story that gripped this quiet town was far from ordinary. It revolved around a beloved local figure, Kouri Richins, a children's book author known for her tales on coping with grief. Yet it seems life was imitating art in the most macabre way. Kouri stood accused of a chilling crime, the fatal poisoning of her own husband. The motive, prosecutors argued, was as old as time itself: greed. The allegations painted a picture of a desperate, manipulative woman, driven by financial gain. The evidence, they claimed, pointed towards a calculated murder, a dark plot that would shock the community to its core. But every story has two sides. The defense, steadfast in their stance, argued that the evidence was purely circumstantial. They presented a grieving widow, a victim of marital disputes and a target of a cruel twist of fate. They painted a picture of a woman caught in a tragic circumstance, far from the manipulative murderer the prosecution sought to portray. The case of Kouri Richins became a true crime sensation, its shockwaves resonating through the tight-knit community of Park City. The tranquility of this picturesque locale was shattered, replaced with a lingering sense of unease. The case touched every corner of the community, becoming a constant topic of hushed whispers and speculative conversations. A tale of marital disputes, of financial motives, of changes to estate plans, all taking place in the heart of this quiet community. And as the case unfolds, it seems that the plot may be even darker than it first appeared. As Kouri awaits her trial in jail, the case takes an even darker turn. The plot thickens with the entrance of a new character, Lisa Darden, Kouri's mother. Lisa Darden is not just any mother. Her presence in this tale adds a whole new layer of intrigue. According to a recently released court affidavit, it's possible that Lisa was involved in planning and orchestrating Eric Richins' death. But who is Lisa Darden? Let's take a closer look. Lisa had a checkered past, one that seems to eerily mirror the circumstances of her son-in-law's demise. In 2006, Lisa was living with a female partner who died suddenly. The cause? An overdose of oxycodone. A tragic accident, certainly, but the partner was not in recovery at the time of her death, which led investigators to likely rule out the possibility of an accidental overdose. The affidavit further revealed that Lisa had become the recipient of her partner's estate shortly before the untimely death. A coincidence? Perhaps. But it does raise eyebrows, especially when considering the accusations leveled against her daughter, Kouri. The affidavit also unveiled a more personal side of Lisa's involvement. It appears that conversations expressing disdain for Eric were found on Kouri's phone, all originating from Lisa. The connection between Lisa's past and her relationship with Kouri has led investigators to consider the possibility that she may have been involved in orchestrating Eric's death. This narrative is far from a simple tale of marital discord or financial gain. It's a story that spans multiple generations, and it seems that the mother-daughter duo might have more in common than just blood ties. As we dig deeper, we're left with more questions than answers. The past, it seems, has a way of catching up. And in this case, it might just be the key to unraveling the truth behind Eric Richins' untimely death. Back in 2006, Lisa found herself in a similar situation, eerily reminiscent of her current predicament. A tale of love and loss, tinged with suspicion, unfolded. Lisa Darden, living with a female romantic partner, found herself grappling with grief when her partner met a sudden, untimely end, an end marked with questions rather than closure. The autopsy report painted a grim picture. The cause of death, an overdose of oxycodone. But the woman had been struggling with drug abuse, her life a battle against addiction. At the time of her death, however, she wasn't in the throes of recovery, a fact that cast a shadow of doubt over the likelihood of an accidental overdose. The plot thickened when Lisa, in the wake of this tragic loss, became the beneficiary of her late partner's estate. An unexpected windfall that followed a sudden death, and a situation that mirrored the circumstances surrounding Eric Richins' demise years later. But the past, as they say, has a way of catching up, and so it did for Lisa Darden. The similarities between the two incidents raised eyebrows. Two sudden deaths, two inheritances. It was a pattern that investigators couldn't ignore, and it painted Lisa in a suspicious light. Digging deeper, they unearthed conversations on Kouri's phone that revealed a disturbing disdain for Eric from Lisa. It was a piece of the puzzle that fit all too well into the disturbing narrative that was unfolding. Based on Lisa Darden's proximity to her partner's suspicious overdose death, and her relationship with Kouri, it is possible she was involved in planning and orchestrating Eric's death, the affidavit stated. A chilling revelation that cast a new darker shadow over Lisa's past. A chilling precedent indeed. The threads of this intricate web of deception are beginning to unravel. In the heart of this tangled web, we find digital breadcrumbs that lead us straight to Corey's phone. A device so common, yet bearing the weight of words that could potentially seal the fate of the accused. In the vast sea of digital communication, we find traces of Lisa's disdain for Eric. Text messages, emails, the digital equivalent of whispers in the dark. The nature of these communications is not just casual dislike or family disagreement. No, these words carry a heavier tone, a bitter resentment, a chilling hostility. These findings bring a new layer to the allegations against Lisa. It paints a picture of a woman not just indifferent to Eric's fate, but possibly reveling in it. The question that lingers is, could this disdain have escalated into a deadly plot? Could this hostility have been the driving force behind the alleged orchestration of Eric's death? Consider this for a moment. In the world we live in today, our digital footprints echo loudly in the halls of justice. Our words, immortalized in bytes and pixels, can come back to haunt us. The technology that connects us, that allows us to express our thoughts and feelings freely, can also reveal our darkest intentions. The digital evidence found on Corey's phone not only strengthens the allegations against Lisa, but also underscores the complexity of this case. It showcases the power of digital communication in unmasking the truth, no matter how murky or convoluted it may be. In this digital age, our words might be our undoing. The affidavit paints a damning picture of Lisa Darden's possible involvement in Eric's death. It reads like a thriller novel, filled with allegations that could dramatically alter the direction of the trial. To start, the affidavit mentions a suspicious event from Lisa's past, the sudden death of a female romantic partner in 2006. The partner, who was battling drug addiction, died of an oxycodone overdose. Although she was not in recovery at the time of her death, the investigator found it unlikely to be an accidental overdose. What raises eyebrows is the fact that Lisa had become the beneficiary of her partner's estate shortly before the woman's untimely death. This revelation certainly casts a shadow of doubt over Lisa's character and motives. Could this past event be an eerie foreshadowing of Eric's death? The affidavit doesn't stop there. It also reveals a series of conversations found on Corey's phone that showed Lisa's disdain for Eric. This evidence, while not conclusive, does suggest a possible motive for Lisa to want Eric out of the picture. And finally, the investigator makes a bold statement in the affidavit. Based on Lisa's proximity to her past partner's suspicious death, and her evident animosity towards Eric, it is plausible she may have had a hand in planning and orchestrating Eric's death. The validity of these claims, however, is yet to be proven in court. Allegations are just that, allegations. They need to be backed by substantial evidence to hold weight in a court of law. Regardless, these allegations have certainly stirred the pot. They've added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted case, potentially shifting the focus from Corey to her mother Lisa. The affidavit has certainly added more layers to this already complex case. As we wait for the wheels of justice to turn, let's take a look at where the case stands today. Utah children's book author Corey Richins remains incarcerated, facing charges of murder and drug-related offenses. The prosecution alleges that she meticulously planned and executed her husband Eric's death for a financial windfall. The defense, on the other hand, insists that the evidence presented is circumstantial, revolving around marital disputes, financial motives, and changes to estate plans. Moreover, the case has taken an even darker turn with the possible involvement of Lisa Darden, Corey's mother. A court affidavit suggests that Darden might have had a hand in orchestrating Eric's death. This revelation has added another layer of intrigue and complexity to an already convoluted case. The community near Park City, Utah, where the family resided, finds itself in the eye of this true crime storm. The news of the alleged crimes has sent shockwaves through this otherwise peaceful locale, turning it into the epicenter of a true crime sensation. The public's reaction ranges from disbelief to horror as they grapple with the reality of these sordid allegations. Meanwhile, investigators continue to delve deeper into the case, unearthing new pieces of evidence and connections. The sudden death of Lisa Darden's former romantic partner in 2006, under suspicious circumstances, has been brought to light. The fact that Darden was the beneficiary of her partner's estate shortly before her death has raised eyebrows and added fuel to the fire. As the case unfolds, it's clear that it's far from a straightforward investigation. With every twist and turn, the quest for truth becomes more complex and enthralling. As we follow the story, we are reminded of the timeless adage, truth is stranger than fiction. The quest for truth continues. In the end, all we have are unanswered questions and a community in shock. This case, in all its dark complexity, has left us with more questions than answers. We've delved into the story of Kuri Richens, the Utah children's book author accused of the unthinkable, poisoning her own husband for financial gain. We've unraveled the twisted threads of marital disputes, financial motives, and changes to estate plans. And we've spotlighted the community near Park City, Utah, where this true crime sensation has been unfolding. But there's more. We've also investigated the potential involvement of Kuri's mother, Lisa Darden. The affidavit, chilling in its allegations, suggests that Lisa may have played a role in orchestrating Eric Richens' death. The shadow of Lisa's past, marked by a suspicious overdose death of her female partner, looms large over the present case. The affidavit implies that Lisa's proximity to two deaths, both followed by significant financial gain, is more than just a cruel twist of fate. As we look forward, the trial will undoubtedly be a pivotal moment. The outcome will not only decide Kuri and potentially Lisa's fates, but also set a precedent for similar cases. The defense continues to argue that the evidence is circumstantial, while the prosecution insists on a premeditated murder for financial gain. Beyond the courtroom, this case has wider implications. It's a stark reminder of the depths to which human greed can sink. It's a wake-up call for communities everywhere, underlining the importance of vigilance, of questioning, and of not taking things at face value. It's a testament to the power of the law, to its ability to bring dark secrets into the light and seek justice for those wronged. Yet the echo of this case will linger long after the gavel has fallen. The community of Park City, Utah, once a quiet backdrop to this shocking crime, will never be the same. The residents, rocked by the revelations, will have to grapple with the aftermath, with the mistrust and fear that such a crime inevitably stirs. As we wait for the final verdict, one thing is certain: this case has left an indelible mark on the community of Park City, Utah. For now, we can only hope that justice will be served, that the truth will prevail, and that in time, healing will come.